Wow.
You may have saved the peasants.
Maybe it's the way you said it. Maybe it's the sparkle of enthusiasm that was in Finn's eyes, but they quiet down and are more compliant. Even they give murmurs of discontent and nervousness, but they don't seem to. They seem to do what they're asked to do.
Going to need to signal the gnome so that he's not waiting here for us when we're going to fly overhead.
Ah, yes, that is true. I had not thought of that. This was the emergency route back. I forgot about our little gnome friend.
Who is our little gnome friend?
You see now, Kriana, whenever we made this trek from the tower to down south to the land of Colhaven,
Oh, yeah!
we went through the Underdark.
Oh,
We
that's
were
right.
guided by a little gnome buddy.
Oh my god, what happened to him?
He elected to wait there for some time because we would obviously need to, but eventually I think he would get the hint and then head back on his own. Now, we might want to spare him some trouble and, get him, like through the scout at the position, or, we fly overhead and land there and say, get on or you walk. And then we go on about our lives.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Alternatively, we could just say fuck him. He's a gnome. He's not privileged.
He's probably gonna be underground, right? I mean,
I would have to assume that he has some sight line to the surface because he's waiting for us. But
oh, so he's not. Oh.
If he is underground and can't see us, that sounds like a personal problem.
Okay, let's try. What if we try?
How did I know you were gonna say that?
What if we get the best of both worlds? Okay, so we kind of fly a little bit lower over the area where we think he is, and one of us shouts, "Hey, we're good," and then we'll fly.
If Finn's willing to do that, I don't have any arguments.
Oh yeah, totally. Finn will do it.
You as players would know that when you arrived, he formed more like an enlarged gopher hole. So there is that, unless he has changed.
I got it. Oh my god! Holy shit! I'm so good. Okay. Bear with me. I'm very serious with this.
Okay.
Get Cole to throw something at the barrier, and then I'll shout, "Hey, we're good. We'll meet you back there," or "Hey, we're good," or whatever.
Okay.
It's like knocking on the door, or breaking it open by force.
Perfect.
I see no fault in this.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just so eager to go. I'm down with anything.
Which one would you like me to do?
Which one? What?
Knock or break down?
Oh, breakdown. But knock
it.
works too.
I will do.
I mean, I just wanted to give a little courtesy. Didn't want him to be forgotten.
I mean, I think it's understandable given the situation and the how dire everything is that we want to go quick, gotta go fast.
Probably had to be checked out too. I mean, he was in the fog area, though it might have been for less time. Then all of a sudden he's traveling through the Underdark and turns into probably not my problem. I'm sure everything will work out.
Yeah, that's reassuring.
You can trust me, Finn, especially whenever I use this smile.
Oh, Jarek. Finn awkwardly pats you on the head. Very nice.
So in a matter of minutes, you have the civilians standing on several tied together fishing nets, and a large green dragon eventually comes into view, circles once or twice, and then beats its wings down to the ground. It is fairly large. It is about the same size Olivia is when she is in dragon form. And it goes, it touches the ground and says, "I heard the summons."
Jarek looks at the doctor.
The doctor says, yes, we need to travel back to the tower with all haste. It is vital. Yes, Keen.
And with that, Keen will double over and puke. Up the raw bacon that he was fed.
Ew, Keen, gross.
That's why I never have my kids eat any raw meat.
Ugh.
Everyone, the doctor kind of takes a step away. The green dragon looks at Keen and raises an eyebrow.
Yeah.
And he says, aren't you the dragonling?
He'll give him a thumbs up.
He shakes his head. Do humans normally eat raw meat?
No, not intentionally.
Do dragons normally eat raw meat, Mr. Green Dragon?
Of course not. We cook it with our breath of whatever kind.
You don't have an excuse. Finn looks absolutely disgusted at him.
You know, out of
Just kind of
character,
hurtful
out
one.
of character, I did not know this, that they always eat cooked food. So I was going with their dragons. I figured they would eat raw meat, but you know what? We'll just go with it.
That's fine. Maybe it's something Keen never thought to ask.
Yeah.
Well, Finn, don't go blaming Stormsire. He is incredibly ill. Look at him. Try not to yell at him right now, or really yell at all. Some of us have headaches.
By the way,
sorry.
he really does look really sick, and you will notice that all the way up to his chin, his entire neck and every other place that you can see skin is completely covered with small blue scales, and his eyes are blue.
Let's get this underway and head for the tower.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Before
dragon
I start
says-
to feel sympathy.
I was under the impression there would be a few of you. There seems to be
Plans
quite a bit
change.
more.
Plans have changed. We've compensated with nets.
Ah. Nets.
Yes.
I see.
It's either that or they don't get treatment and have to.
Die.
Not even Jarek was gonna say that.
Pearson is not mincing any fucking words.
The dragon looks at Pearson with, like, he actually puts his head down so that he can look at Pearson closely and then goes, ah, well, I suppose nets will do. It'll be a mite uncomfortable, but I think I can manage.
Also, if we can kind of direct you to kind of lower a little bit at one point, just so we can notify our original tour guide.
Transportation.
Yeah, transportation. You're so smart. Transportation. Then we can just carry on. Then we won't have to stop. Just enough so we can kind of see the ground. So we can notify him.
As Finn keeps going, his eyebrow starts raising up in bemusement and, like, a grin starts spreading on his face. And he says, well, we can't not notify him.
Yeah, that's right. We can't. You know,
Well.
he helped us, so we gotta help him. You know what I'm saying, Dragon?
You're a paragon of your kind, dragon. Let us go.
The dragon nods and he says, I do have room for some on my back. The rest will have to be in the nets.
How many on your back?
Conveniently 6.
Maybe 5, 4, maybe 4, he says, looking at Cole's size.
It's okay. It's okay. Keen will pop up. I'll fly,
Jeez.
and then he will sprout his wings out of his back. But unfortunately, he stepped wrong, so he slips in his own puke and falls on his back.
What is going on with you? Oh, sorry.
I'm getting on the dragon.
Jarek says, you're probably gonna have to make sure he stays on your back. He's there.
The green dragon actually shakes his head and says, "He does not look like he can even stand. I'm not sure I would trust him to stand on my back."
Okay, Keen's
Perhaps
going
he
in the
should-
net.
In the net.
Can we
Let's
vote? Just make a vote.
Yeah. I
I
vote.
want to fly.
put him
Keen,
in.
you go to the
Keen, I'm sorry, you're sick with something. I don't know, but you gotta go. You gotta go
You're
with
sick with
other
being a
sick
dragon.
people.
Get in the net.
Yeah, Keen, listen, it's for the best.
Okay.
You wanted to be a dragon. Now it's you were so excited when you could do
Just
cool
think
stuff.
of
Now
Olivia's
you're
beautiful face, okay? Okay, try not to throw up on the peasants. I mean, townspeople.
God. You know these fuckers. I mean, valued citizens. All right.
So, by the way, the citizens, the townspeople, have been sitting stone-faced listening to all of this, including Pearson telling them they're going to die.
If they don't get help, they will. I'm sorry. I'm not a diplomat.
I know. And,
If it makes them feel any better, I'm gonna die too. So.
And they have been quiet this entire time, as I think they're in sensory overload between dragons and puking and being told they're going to die.
Yeah, it's the puking that really set them over the edge.
So the dragon basically puts down a wing for people to climb up. For everyone else, he kind of grabs each side of the fishing net. And do you guys remember Return of the Jedi, that little Ewok trap?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks a lot like that. Basically a net with arms and legs and heads sticking out at random places.
That is gonna be uncomfortable.
It'll do. They'll have a bad neck ache,
Yeah.
but it'll
By
do.
the way, Keen's not gonna be able to retract his wings, so it's gonna be really cramped.
Oof.
So, at the very top of the net, going out of either side are two small blue wings. So it looks like the green dragon is carrying a mass of human fish in a net that is a winged net.
Okay.
Very odd picture.
Sure. I mean, we saw Dragon Cannon. This isn't the weirdest thing we've ever seen.
So the dragon then beats his wings several times. It takes him a good bit to raise up in the air. He grunts with some effort. But once he gets to a certain height, he kind of nods to himself and begins flying back towards the tower. At a certain point, I would assume when you guys arrive about where you got there with the gnome, you would ask him to lower.
Yeah.
Right, lower his altitude. He would do so, of course. Oblige your requests. You see the small, well, from where you are, the small type of molehill where you rose up out of the earth. And, there you go.
All right, Cole. Showtime. Showtime.
So, Cole,
Hi.
Hi.
you're throwing something at the molehill, yes?
Uh-huh.
You,
Fucking killed.
do an attack roll. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to give it an AC of 24. Now, failing the 24 doesn't mean you don't hit. It just means you don't hit right where you want it.
Okay.
Because you are moving. So this is going to be a nice shot.
Oh.
I rolled an even.
Oh, yes. Reroll.
I should ask first, what are you throwing?
It is his javelins, but it's going to be the butt end instead of the speared
Okay.
one.
Okay. The first one hits the ground about 10 feet away from the hole and kind of bounces around. But you did roll even.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
The second one impacts the ground and actually sticks into the ground butt first and kind of quivers there. This one is a bit closer to the molehill.
I'm sure he got the message.
Yep.
Finn after seeing Cole throw a second time, finally is just gonna roll her eyes and just shout, "Hey, we're good!" And then she'll look at the others and kind of shrug.
You see, like, Cole raising up a third one, and then just kind of slides it right back into the sheath.
So, since this wouldn't come up, I don't think later in the story, I will just give you guys a rare omnipotent glance from another's point of view. So the little gnome friend that you left down in the ground has been waiting patiently for you to arrive back. He hears one small thud outside and begins to take a peek out to see a javelin bouncing through the air. Then he hears another thud and sees a javelin butt first, which is odd to him, sticking in the ground and quivering. He looks up and sees a giant green dragon holding a net that looks like a tangle of limbs, and he hears, "We're good!"
Yep.
He stares
That
after
sounds
the
right.
dragon. He stares after the dragon for some time, shrugs to himself, mutters about the way the world's turning, and then sits back down to wait patiently for his friend.
You see, now, his flaw was considering us friends. We're not equals.
Yeah.
Finn,
Oh no.
Finn
Oh
just
no.
like looks over at Cole like, well, at least we tried.
I'm sure he got the very evocative and descriptive message, and there will be no misinterpretations.
Well, how many people use javelins?
I don't know the answer to that question. I can't count that high.
Oh. Well, we'll work on that, Jarek. Finn looks sympathetic.
So on the journey back to the capital to the Alanasi Forest, Pearson will ask the three other fellows, his three other companions here on the back of the dragon, when we get back, not to tell anyone, including Lady Celine, including, you know, his wife or his kids or even Sky or anybody, that that Pearson is actually sick.
That would be impossible.
Why?
Information.
Why is that
must be
impossible?
read. Otherwise, you would be immune to it somehow, which is not. It does not connect with all the information we actually know.
That is true, but Jarek, you know what they're going to do. They're going to shuffle me off with the rest of these other sick people to wait for a cure. I can't do that. I need to help. I need to be a part of the solution, not just wait around to die or for help.
Well, you
And
might
they're
be
not
able-
going to let me. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, they might let you. You are, you know, one of the heroes. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just not go on the mission. Maybe we can. I think we should at least tell Lady Celine, maybe, and maybe we can avoid telling Carla and the kids. Definitely the kids. Maybe we can do something so Carla doesn't find out. But I mean, higher ups got to know.
You're also your own person. They can't force you to do anything.
That's true. We'll sneak you
Goddamn
out.
right. No, I'll go out the front door kicking and screaming if I have to, Pearson. I'll give a bit of a
Oh,
smile.
please, Pearson. I don't want to hear you kicking or... Well, I can't hear you kicking. I'm
Oh,
not
not
even
yet.
drunk right now.
That being said, I think it's important that the folks there understand the full severity of what transpired here and how it could apparently happen anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just don't want to tell. I mean, we've gone out so many times facing danger. I don't want this to add on top. I don't know how I'm gonna tell Carla that I'll probably die in 2 weeks, but I guess that's my problem, right?
I think it's more than just your problem.
Yeah.
You
Huh.
won't,
Alright.
you won't
Well,
die,
that's
Pearson.
all. Sorry. I'll shut
No,
up.
Finn's just like you're not gonna die. Don't talk like that.
Okay. Well, you know me. Always have to prepare for the worst case scenario.
I know, and I hate that about you.
Worst case, he brings you back, and it wouldn't be the first person he's brought back.
Yeah.
Jarek's eyes slide over to Finn.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Finn looks nervously around. Okay. What? What?
Jarek goes back to staring stoically ahead, looking for the tower.
I don't know.
Finn gets a very solemn look on her face.
Yes, that looks so solemn, Finn.
Brianna always has a stupid face, so.
No, your face isn't stupid.
All right. True to the strength of a dragon, it only takes about 2.5 hours, despite the heavy workload. The dragon is extremely tired by the time you arrive, but he has kept up an incredible pace. So you approach the Alanacy Tower, and he calls back, "Where would you like to be dropped off?"
Wherever you think is best.
Yep.
Okay. And he angles towards the Alanacy Tower and flies straight past the rest of the city and straight to the courtyard at the tower, base of the tower itself. And gently as possible, which means with a great deal of bumping and groaning and about 2 feet drop at the end, he lets the net of people down.
Past 2.5 hours is basically been.
Meanwhile, we're all having a casual conversation up top.
Yep. We're adventurers, you know.
As he lets go of the net, it virtually explodes people as the net collapses and people roll out. Every elf in the courtyard just stands slack-jawed, wide-eyed at the scene in front of them. The dragon then moves over a few feet and gracefully lands and kneels down so that you can climb off his back. And he says,
Right.
"Well, that was a new experience for sure."
All right, people, come on! Come on! Hey, guys! Finn's looking, trying to get the elves' attention. Hey, you never seen a sick town before? Come on, let's get some help over here.
They look at each other and then slowly start going towards you. One of them says, what's going on?"
These people need medical attention. So, I don't know, get on that or something?
The doctor takes over and he starts directing, "I need these up to here in my room, put this one in that bed, etc., etc." So he starts taking over, looking grateful that he's actually in a position for once that he is familiar with.
He can actually give orders to people. How about this?
Yeah. And he says, then he looks gravely to you guys and briefly to Pearson. He says, "Give me 2 hours, and I will have some idea of how much I can slow it."
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right.
2 hours.
Should, probably. Not looking at the doctor, looking down at Keen. Might wanna Cole, no, Cole's carrying the chest. Pearson, wanna help him, or we leave him here? Probably.
With the chest?
No. Keen. We're taking the chest. Do we take
Oh.
Keen? Look at him.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
where's Finn's looking through the bodies of the people.
He's there.
Awkwardly
Where's
flopping
Keen?
around on the
He's
floor.
the only blue one. The wings.
You'll see the wings.
Keen actually had the worst of the fall, being the highest up in the net.
14.
Yeah, but he also has the most hit points.
Oh yeah,
So,
oh yeah.
He is
That's
actually
true.
kind of dazed because his head hit the concrete a bit, so
Ah.
he's still trying to get his faculties together.
You are going to need to direct Stormsire around a bit. Oh, leave him here. Wouldn't offend me overly much.
I'll go grab Keen or yank on him. Finn.
The the green dragon would stare at Finn and say, "Perhaps getting some meat into his belly might help him a bit, the poor lad."
And just to clarify, cooked meat, yes?
Yes. I should clarify that different dragons cook their meat in different ways, given their breaths. I'm not sure bathing meat in acid quite qualifies as cooking, but the effect is the same. I don't know what blue dragons generally lance it with lightning, which again chars it a bit, but I don't know if that matters. And he gives the equivalent of a dragon shrug.
All right. Cool. We lose Inferno.
We sure did. He said, "Fuck it."
Oh, there he is. There's our little camper. He's back.
There it is. Click
There it
the
is.
wrong button.
No. I was having serious connection issues, so I figured refreshing my home.
Oh, I thought you clicked that tantalizing red X button in the corner.
You know what? I won't put it past me, so I'm not offended. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
And as he says that, you actually hear a bounding from the end of the courtyard, and you hear, "Keen!" And you can turn to see Kip charging towards you guys. In the pile of everything else.
I get a picture of Dino from
Actually,
the
wait.
Flintstones.
I'm sorry. Let me correct that a little bit. You hear a charging, and you see Kip charging towards you guys. He charges directly past Keen and skids to a stop in front of Jarek.
God.
Jarek was about to say like, "Oh, good, no problem, you can carry it," and then like his eyes like widen a bit, and then narrow.
he goes, "You're back. We're back. I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been?"
Hi.
Jarek will like reach out like his hands as if he's going to like try and like hug Kip, and then like grabs his head suddenly and swivels it to look at Keen.
It's a good thing that Keen is completely dazed right now. So you
Finn is heading over to Keen to check on his status.
Kip just keeps talking to Jarek. "So how's Rulina Nation? How's the little one? I heard you were here, but we weren't here when you got here."
Kip, I directed your head for a reason. Look.
Kip finally starts looking. Oh.
Just like picture Jarek like squishing his cheeks, like trying to force him to look the other way. Kip's like, "What?"
Yeah, like
No.
as he's turning his head, just keeps talking.
So,
Finally, Kip goes, "What happened to Keen?"
yeah. We can play catch up later, Kip. For now, your stepfather's in a bit of trouble.
Kip, actually, with a look of worry on his face, walks over to Keen and starts like pushing him with his snout, like nuzzling him, like, "Kip, Kip." I mean, Kip.
Yes.
He just became a Pokemon.
Staring at Kip.
Pokemon.
Just staring at Kip.
Then Jarek's like slightly relieved, glad that that's no longer his problem again.
He's like, "Keen."
Hey,
Keen.
Keen.
My
Hi. Keen.
head.
Oh, Keen, how was your trip? Hey you. Finn like is
That
like
was
kind
one
of.
hell of a fall.
Yeah. It looks like you bonked your noggin there. I'm not a doctor, but you know, I'm sure you'll be
He's
fine.
not. He's gonna need some food, Kip. You think you could resolve that? We need to go pay a visit to the leadership here.
Yes.
Sure.
I would like a steak.
Here, and he kind of like kneels down. "Finn, can you just like toss him over my back or something?"
Yeah, sure. Finn like slaps her hands together and like warms them up, and she grabs Keen by the arm and begins to lift.
Roll me.
He is a rag doll. He is not
Your
helping
level
at all.
plus your strength.
Oh, okay, let's just have a little reminder. Oh, that's my strength. Excellent. So, alright. And bam.
Keen does not move even a little bit.
Oh, Keen. You, yeah, gained some weight, I guess, or something.
You see Baby Junior on the other side trying to push with their nuzzle.
Anyone want to lend a helping? Anyone?
Pearson will help you.
Thank you.
Cole shrugs with the chest in his hand.
I got money. I'm sorry. I got the other thing that you love, Finn. Cash.
It's true. Finn, if Cole were to put down the money, Finn would just stare at him and slowly shake her head.
Cole knows. Cole knows better.
Yeah. Cole
With
learned.
Pearson's help, you're able to, I don't know, do you unceremoniously fling him on Kip's back? Do you do it gently?
Yep.
Oh, Finn's trying to do it unceremonious, or do it gently. Sorry, but if obviously in this case, I'm guessing Pearson's gonna be taking the brunt of everything, and it's gonna be mostly him. And Finn
Listen,
will
with all due respect, he'll do it as gently, I guess, as he can, but also as fast as he can. So whatever
Right.
kind of threshold, so half and half, because we got shit to worry about. Okay.
Well, we got 2
Seriously.
hours.
So
to
you didn't
burn.
slap him down like a sack of potatoes, but you didn't exactly care too much how he got there.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. As soon as he's on Kip's back, Kip stands up and starts jaunting away, which shakes Keen's body quite a bit. And as he goes away, he goes, "Kip, I've been practicing. And then he kind of goes, "Keen,
Totally
sorry.
fine.
Yeah,
Keen, I've been practicing." And then he starts walking away.
good. And before he actually starts moving, after Pearson tossed Keen onto Kip's back, Keen is going to give him a weak thumbs up.
Pearson's just gonna give you a stoic nod.
And then as Keen jaunters away, he does so in such a way that shakes Keen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well,
So the doctor's left, Keen's left, the elves are attending to the sickly people, so you guys are kind of left in the courtyard by yourselves.
Oh, Jarek's walking to the nearest like open bar. He needs a drink.
Oh,
Pearson's
Finn will
gonna
follow.
suggest since time is of the essence, there's no reason why we need to sit around and do nothing for 2 hours for the doctor to run his tests. I think this is an opportune time to debrief Lady Celine and get any sort of guidance from her. You know, kill two birds with one stone.
I agree. We can take the alcohol to her.
Yeah, come on, Pearson.
Sure.
Wouldn't you feel
Yeah.
better with a drink talking to Lady Celine?
Yeah, Pearson, for the first time since he's been told that he's sick, actually gives a laugh and he says, "Yeah, that's my preferred status when talking with her ever since the beginning."
I thought so. Okay, we'll make it quick.
Okay.
Gonna need lots of alcohol. Maybe a dragon flavored one for like key or like something to like.
A bacon flavored one.
A nice,
loves bacon.
a nice crispy blue.
So,
So, oh no, Finn's gonna step up by Jax. So you were nice to Keen, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna need a drink. Lots of drinks.
They will allow money to pay for it if they take Cullhaven coins.
Oh no, we drink for free here.
Yeah.
We're in the tower. We're the champions. We're
Fuck
to
it,
save
I
the
need a
world.
drink.
Exactly.
Okay, they're cool.
Fine for now. Hopefully this will be counted soon.
Absolutely. We can also do that while we're waiting for Lady Celine and the doctor
Perfect.
and the drinks.
Perfect.
okay. So,
Each handed them
I'm
bottle
curious.
away.
so just for a point of reference,
Uh-huh.
do you grab the drinks, go to where you would like to meet Lady Celine, and start counting money there while you wait? Do you count
Yes.
the money at the bar? Okay.
No, everything that you just said.
Yes, the
Okay,
first
we
thing
do.
that
The first thing.
that you said sounds great. So there we are, fucking like delinquent winos, like waiting in like the meeting room.
How much is it?
I would say that a summons is sent to Lady Celine, and you are told by a guard that Lady Celine will be there as soon as she can.
Very nice
About
of us
15
waiting.
minutes. About 15 minutes pass, and Kip has gotten some food into you, and you are at least feeling well enough. I'm not going to tell you, of course, how your character's feeling, but if you're feeling up for it, you can join them in that.
Oh
room.
yeah, oh yeah. After he's able to eat something, it's almost as if he's not sick at all.
Okay. So after about 15 minutes or so, Keen arrives.
Hey, Keen.
Over like a bottle of like a full glass of like blue wine.
Looking good, Keen.
Oh, that's right. We've been drinking. Hey, Keen. Welcome to the party. How's
Hey.
it hanging? How are you? I mean, how are you How are you
He's
feeling?
not hanging anymore. He's out of that net now.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Keen. I hope it wasn't too rough. You're looking.
Of course, the best part is that Finn and Pearson already had this fucking alcohol fest earlier in the day.
Yeah.
2 sessions ago, they were sitting in that fucking tavern
Yeah.
drinking.
And it's been the same day. We've gotten sloshed like twice.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
think I have a good metabolism, but you're a teeny elf. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can handle this.
Finn's actually been drunk this whole time, but she's managed to like to keep everything kind of in order. Now she's just wasted again.
Wasted.
Just
Hey.
waiting here for noble business.
Yeah,
Counting money.
Lady Selena's just she's taking so long. Are we done? Did we count how much did?
Yeah.
Yes, you have a rough estimate of. You found towards the bottom there were also some gemstones, but a rough estimate is about 20,000 gold.
Wait, 20,000?
20,000?
2 0 and 3 more zeros.
From the journal that Jarek has, the mayor had been doing this for quite some time.
Woo!
I feel,
Wow.
He like raises like the wine.
I would dare say that this money is the rightful ownership of the Kingdom of Coalhaven. I, as regent, do say that the adventurers responsible for discovering this vile treachery deserve the entire sum to be divided amongst them. That's good, good.
So
Ah,
that's 6 grand.
you get my vote, King Jarek. Is that how
Will
kings
not correct her.
No, you don't vote goes to kings. Trust me.
That's 4,000 each. I don't see any complaints here.
I don't think so.
No.
Yep.
Maybe take a little bit out of it and like give it to like the people. No. Their lives are being saved. That's more than enough to pay for this.
It's a tomorrow problem. We'll worry about that tomorrow. Let's worry about saving Pearson. Did Doctor look at you? No, I don't think he would have had time.
That's right.
Around?
Is Doctor around? I don't think he
He's
is.
No,
busy
the
right
doctor
now.
is not
You'll-
around.
You'll be back with results. We're
Doctor's
waiting
very
for
busy.
Lady Celine and staring at our delicious money
Yeah.
Yeah.
and wine.
You know what? Can I have some of that?
I mean, why not?
Some of the money. Yeah, we're splitting it. However many ways.
Him and the alcohol, dear.
5 ways.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, what's a bottle of wine between folks who just made 4,000 gold pieces? Each.
That's true.
At that laugh, Lady Celine walks in, stops mid-step as he continues the laugh, and takes a slow, long look around the room. Not quite sure exactly what she's seeing, but I
That's
tell
we're
me if
all
I'm
still
wrong.
covered with like blood and gore because we haven't fucking like cleaned ourselves.
I clean myself. I
Okay.
clean myself.
Well, I
did my
haven't.
checkup.
So some of you are covered in blood and gore. Most of you are drunk, and there
I'm not
is people piling gold on the table.
You
Yeah.
see
Lady Celine
Cole
takes-
with just piles of gold evenly stacked in tens, just spread across the table as he waves at Lady Celine and gestures her over.
Lady Celine takes in the scene for a moment, takes in the alcohol, and then says, "Either things went very well or very badly."
Yes.
Think
You
the
tell
last
her.
one.
Yes! Why not both?
Yeah.
As one of my players would say, "Por qué no los dos?"
See,
I don't know. What does that mean? I don't speak Spanish. I'm too far
Why
north.
not both?
Why not both?
Oh.
Why not two?
She closes the door, bolts it, and slowly walks to the other side of the room, sits down in a chair, takes a deep breath, and goes, "Okay. I guess where to begin?"
The good news is that magic was not involved. I can safely confirm that.
Yes.
That's good.
The bad news is that Nye, the creator of all these various demonic golem things, has concocted a new wonderful device, a carrier of plague, which manifests as some sort of fog exuding from a singular creature. The entire village, my people, completely infected. Many of them died, some of them transforming into horrific ghoul-like monstrosities that aren't ghouls, incredibly fast and strong.
Lady Celine is quiet as she digests the information, and then very slowly she says, "And yourselves?"
Well, it looks like that this disease, fog plague, has completely permeated through anyone who is human. Keen appears to be all right due to his draconic nature, as am I due to me. But also perhaps could show signs of maybe affecting others beyond humanity. The doctor we brought back those who are still living, and he's treating to them as best he can. And we brought the scout back well, as I'm sure she's giving her reports. Point being that, as far as the doctor is concerned, there is infection. And, Nye presumably has the power to create these little plague carriers and send them all over Ardenfell.
I see.
Nye is in Whitebridge. Pearson says we need to get to Whitebridge as soon as we can. We need to end this.
She kind of sighs. She says, "Of course, he would be in Whitebridge. And while we sit here in this stalemate, they can send their plague monsters to every populated city in the world."
We break the stalemate, Pearson says.
Yes, it would seem like that is our only course of action. This is, of course... No, go ahead. You first.
Not just a matter, of course, weakening the populace through making them sick, but also by fear-mongering. The people of Coalhaven will say that they don't much care about this whole demonic business and would throw in their lot and lose control of their support, and that is just snowballs.
That would explain this. She taps a rolled up parchment that she had in her hand. While you were gone, several of these scrolls had begun circulating. We have recovered many of them. It is an offer from Azil himself to the general populace of the world, calling for peace and offering a safe haven in the Freelands for any who surrender. Of course, with the exception that they would not be allowed to have children.
We're in luck, Pearson says. We're winning. A great demon, a great winner would not be doing this, resorting to last-ditch effort tactics and appeals for peace. He's throwing everything he's got at us because he's desperate. Now's the perfect time to get into Whitebridge.
Yep.
Lisa Lee nods. She says, "Oh, he plans to kill everyone. If you don't have children, you will all die eventually. But yes, I agree. It is an act of desperation. But if these plague demons are widespread, it could turn the tide if we don't act, as you said. We must break the stalemate. We must figure out how to do it. More importantly, there is no way... No, I should ask first. Do we know how fast this plague acts?
Doctor would be the one, given the medical training. He would know that information. I think he's only a slight bit into his examinations. He said he'd be done in, I don't know, 90 minutes or so from now.
Hmm.
Good. I will.
But suffice to say, when it was at the source at the town, it was approximately 2 weeks from the moment of exposure to final death.
We, also, we did not spend very long in the fog ourselves. The great fog permeating the region from the plague demon, and that was enough to infect some of us.
I see. So as I feared, there is not enough time to win this through conventional means. Even if we break the stalemate today, there is no way we could break through their lines in a matter of weeks.
So, Pearson says with a smile, we give them the old Stonebridge Shuffle. Come on, Lady Celine, you're from Whitebridge. Do you know what the Stonebridge Shuffle is?
Lady Celine quirks a grin. I think I've heard of it once or twice.
Exactly.
You're suggesting make them look left and you go right.
Exactly. And here I thought you were just some hoity-toity scatterbrained. I guess you did know how to dance back when Whitebridge was still Whitebridge. But that's exactly it. We create a distraction, what they expect, an armed incursion. And then, instead of looking right, you send us. We sneak through.
Look, I don't know about this whole actual, trying to find this demon lord business by ourselves, but at the very least we can try to track down this scientist who has plagued us for some time.
Why would Nye want to cure us?
I'm not saying he would want to cure us. I'm saying that we should try and stop the individual who's responsible for this.
Agreed. But he's in Whitebridge too.
I, don't like too much our chances trying to, defeat a demon lord. I remember, he says looking at Lady Celine's personal standoff against a demon as we were leaving Whitebridge. If the demon lord himself is powerful, if not more so.
Lady Celine's quiet and she says, much has changed since that time. You, collectively, are far more powerful than I am individually. In the end, I doubt this war will truly be over unless we kill Azil, and you are the only ones that can do that. If we were to create a diversion, as you said, and there must be a way to do it, if we have one shot to get someone into Whitebridge, it should be the ones that have a chance to actually end this.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know if we'll ever get another. Yeah. I will arrange for a summit for all our allies in 90 minutes, she says, looking at you guys. That's when you said the doctor might have more results.
Agreed, yes. Yes.
We will try to find a way to draw their attention and a way for you to, as safely as possible, break into Whitebridge.
We'll infiltrate. If any bit of Whitebridge is still standing, I still know a few secret ways. I was a criminal after all.
She nods. She says, getting to Whitebridge itself might be the first obstacle. It is, as I'm sure you're aware, encircled by a force field that we as yet do not know how to... A barrier. Sorry, she wouldn't say force field. Encircled by a barrier that
yes, Captain Gamma.
We as yet do not know how to get through.
Does it pierce all the way into the ground as well?
Yes, it is a sphere.
It's a stupid
they
sphere.
are.
I think it's stupid.
They are aware. She says they are aware of our gnome allies. And then she stops and looks at Pearson and she goes, "You are different when you're drunk, aren't you?"
Yeah, only slightly. Even more forthcoming than I usually am. I have no filter at that point.
Well, in 90 minutes we will see what we can come up with. But whatever we come up with, what you plan to do, what must be done. She kind of leaves the rest, kind of hangs in the air. It is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes.
She shrugs and holds her hands out wide. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I simply.
She's hinting for
This-
us to say our last goodbyes. I think I'll do just that. And Pearson will stand up.
She stands up and she looks at the table and she says, "It also might be wise to spend some of that. You have no idea what you'll be." Then she pauses. But there might be someone who would know what you might be facing.
I don't
I
know
will-
whether I like where this is going. Jared's is open.
I bet you it's Mika. I bet you it's
Or Sky, one of the two.
She gets more energetic and she says, "I will see you guys in the council chambers in 90 minutes. I have things I have to look into."
Okay.
Before you go, Olivia is here, right?
Yes, I will summon her to the conference.
All right, thank you.
But Pearson is right. If you want to say, well, no, I wouldn't be so hasty. Anything we plan will take a few days at least, but the mindset is the correct one. If ever there was a mission you might not come back from, she shrugs. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be blunt, but it's the truth.
No, I fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turns and walks away.
As soon as Lady Celine leaves, Jared goes,
So, who did she mean?
I'm gonna guess Sky, Pearson says.
I mean, I guess you made amends with her, so I suppose it's all right.
Yeah.
Maybe
He
Mika.
says, you don't want to die angry. I mean, I've seen a lot of people do that, so I've made my peace with her. And hell, if she knows something that can get us past, she'll be my best friend,
I mean,
Pearson says.
hey, Lady Celine's gotta know a way to her own city, right?
Yeah, she knows some ways into her own city, but not all. Trust me. She wasn't the most keen ruler when it came to,
Alright.
I don't know
But-
much about magic, but you do. He looks over at Jarek. But logically, thinking about it, they have to leave the barrier in some way. Don't know rules about magic and how that works, but how would they get through the barrier to house these people who will not birth anymore?
probably just a ruse.
That or they might not be kept inside the city itself. I think that scroll is there one of them on this table.
Jared looks around the table.
Is there one of those scrolls here?
It looks like the GM is BRB.
Yes.
Right, well, there might be one of them, maybe under the table. Point being here that,
Cole is going to
said
shift the coins in front of him, having them spill over.
the free land, so it wouldn't have to be the city itself. They might have some sort of medallion to approve them as demon certified or whatever. I don't know what kind of courses at the university are to take for that.
Before we, we're still discussing here too, but I'm sure Squee will give us just some time to roleplay some stuff. I know, but before we leave this room, Pearson's gonna ask Finn and Cole if they wouldn't mind coming to his place with him. His kids always took a real liking to those two. So he figured maybe you might want to see them. Just an idea.
Cole does a nod, but it's more like a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Finn kind of looks up from her drink and it's like, oh, yeah. Yes,
Good.
I would love to.
Good. Besides, I'm gonna need someone to back me up when I talk to Carla. Before I tell her what happens, she needs to know that I'm gonna be in as good as hands as any, right?
Speaking of which, Jarek, would you want to come with me to my place?
They're gonna make it.
No.
No. Oh, sorry. They're gonna
No.
make love.
Whoopee. It's whoopee.
Whoopee! I'll stop
No,
sabotaging this now.
Ever since we left the courtyard, Kip was talking about you, and he's excited, to talk to you and meet with you. And I figured if you wanted to hang out for a while I talk to Olivia, that would be fine.
Jarek blinks. All right. If it will. All right.
Oh,
Well, okay then.
Jarek frowns down at his alcohol.
before we depart, if we can't do anything about the barrier, have you got your tower working, Jarek?
You mean those, that dragon cannon thing?
Yeah.
That Lady Celine, stupid scientists, refused to allow me to use that as a weapon. They're like, that needs to be made as a shield. Well, a shield doesn't block plague fog, does it?
Wait a second. Maybe the dragon cannon can pierce the shield.
Well, assuming that the scientists were eminently reasonable and actually did that.
I like it.
Shield idea.
Fight shield with shield.
That's... Yeah, whatever.
I love that. That's all Jerk can come up with. Yeah, whatever.
Like you think about him pulling his intellect and like, yeah, whatever.
Funny.
But Jarek, just so you know, your character would know that, as you said, it was being transformed into create more of a shield. It would take time to reconvert it.
Yeah, stupid fucking eggheads.
Stupid pacifist losers.
Let's protect ourselves against the plague fog.
Just not going to add that the fact that they were able to progress so much was because of Jarek's assistance. Just gonna leave that out there.
Yeah, Jarek wanted to make that into a special beam cannon to frag someone. That could have been useful at some point, but no. Someone had to get a fucking, skirt in a bunch and say, no, that's terrible, no, can't do that. Oh, that'd be a great shame. Well,
that's a great
fucking plague fog.
That's a great Lady Celine impression, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
I've been working really hard on it the past, year and 5 months.
I just had an image of her running around with her arms flailing like that.
Oh, no, blessed be.
Oh, mercy. Okay, but before we leave this round table, Pearson is going to say, Cole brought up a very good point, though. I doubt the demons are all just cowering behind this shield, and they're sending out either scouts or small groups to cause havoc. Even so, they have to distribute the plague some way, which means the demons are able to get past or deactivate a portion of this shield. If we can figure that out, then we know our way in.
Yeah. It could be something as simple as a talisman or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Or a command, or a time of day where it's open for a certain amount of time, or a secret entrance. Could be a bunch of different ways.
I make my own way.
Mm-hmm.